1.9 million illegal aliens have self-deported from the United States, and Donald Trump has physically deported, forcibly deported around 700,000. And this is just the beginning. And there's also great news on Europe. The far right is going to be taking power in Europe, and they're going to be forcing out millions of these third worlders. Remigration. So this video is going to be an eloquent explanation of why I support these efforts. You guys, of course, have heard the ridiculous leftist talking point that we're on stolen land, so therefore we have no right to control our borders. Well, guess what, dumbasses? Everyone in the entire world is on stolen land, dumbasses. For instance, the Arabs were not indigenous to North Africa. They invaded and colonized North Africa. They invaded and colonized Egypt, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco. Do you know who the indigenous people of Egypt are? Coptic Christians. Coptic Christians. Do you know who the indigenous people of Iraq are? Chaldean Assyrian Christians. Did you know that Lebanon was a majority Christian country all the way up until like the early 80s? So should Syria, Iraq, Egypt, and the various countries in North Africa, should they not have control over their borders? Another instance is the Turks. In Turkey was not always called Turkey. It was formerly known as Anatolia, Asia Minor. It is originally part of the Byzantine Empire, Christian land that was invaded and conquered by the Turks from Central Asia. Then we have the instance of the Bantu people of Central Africa who have invaded and enslaved, conquered, and colonized South Africa. And they're currently doing that right now. They've enslaved and in some instances cannibalized the Pygmies and the San people. Then you have the example of the Chinese in China. Western China was not originally Han Chinese. The Han is the main ethnic group of the Chinese. Southeast Asia, Vietnam was not originally Vietnamese. There's an indigenous people there called the Montagnards. They are the true indigenous people of Vietnam. We have example after example. Everywhere in the entire world has been invaded, colonized, conquered. New nations were established. The entire world, every single country in the world was established in blood. I'm sorry, it's not nice to say, but that's the fact of the matter. So since Turkey, China, North Africa, parts of South Africa, Vietnam are all on stolen land, do they not then have the right to control their borders? Does that make sense? Is that rational thought? And then my great-great-grandfather committed some kind of horrible atrocity, so then should I then, because of something my great-great-grandfather did, do I hold responsibility for something my great-great-grandfather did? That entire philosophy, that entire line of thought is antithetical to Western philosophy, to our entire moral code. But guess what, dumbasses, you liberal cucks? They don't share the same philosophy. They do believe in collective punishment. They do believe in ancestral guilt. That's why you have so many massacres and bloodshed in the old world, is because of these ancestral, these ancient conflicts. So they will kill you for perceived slights that your ancestors did. In fact, there'll probably be a whole bunch of dumbasses, third worlders, in this comment section will be like, white people this, white people that. Although a white person never did anything to them. And I'd like to know, what is their rationale behind their anti-white racism? What did a white person ever do to them? What did a white person ever do to you? Racist black dude? Racist brown person? And honestly, I don't care if you're racist. Everybody is racist. Everyone has their prejudices. It's human nature. And for you to even try to deny that is ridiculous, false, disingenuous. But the difference between me and you is you are genocidally hateful. You literally want to destroy my culture, my nation, my people. While I just want to leave you the fuck alone and you leave me the fuck alone. That's the difference between me and you. But anyways, I mean, yeah, people have their prejudices. Like I said, that's human nature. And you're not going to change human nature. These progressive cucks, they think they have this attitude of we are the world and we're just world citizens and there's no such thing as race and there's no such thing as nationality or blah, 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 blah. Borders are just artificial lines drawn on a map. Guess what, cucks? The other races of this world don't share your opinion. You are alone in your belief that we are citizens of the world. You are naive. And that is why these people flooding your countries, especially in Europe, look at you as a sucker, as a chump, as a fool to be taken advantage of, as a victim, as a mark, as a John. No one respects you. No one likes you. You're pathetic losers. Your ideology is an ideology of self-destruction. You are literally committing the S word for these grievous sins of your ancestors when our ancestors didn't do anything that other people of the world hadn't already done and continue to do. And all this is for what? For what? What are you trying to accomplish? You're trying to create this progressive new world? Do you know what happens to countries that become majority Islamic? Do we need to look any further than Pakistan or Saudi Arabia or Afghanistan? How are women's rights in Pakistan? How are gays treated in Pakistan? How is anything outside Orthodox Sunni Islam treated in Pakistan, in Saudi Arabia? Not so good. Not so good. And so, you communists, you think that you're going to be able to change these people's minds. You're going to be able to instill in them this progressive worldview. But guess what? It doesn't work. How did communism work out in Afghanistan? How did communism work out in Indonesia? And did you know, for instance, that the communists were integral to the Iranian Revolution? Leftists helped the mullahs gain power in Iran. How did that work out for the progressives in Iran? Not so good. In fact, what's really fascinating is you have Iranians protesting the regime, and guess what? They're saying, fuck Islam and fuck leftism. So yeah, mass immigration is fucking stupid. Leftists, you're fucking stupid. You're cucks, you're suckers, you're chumps. And that's why this newest generation is the most based generation in history. Because they look at your worldview and they say, cultural and societal and national suicide. Yeah, nah, we're good on that. Being a subservient, second-class citizen, riveted with white guilt and self-loathing. Yeah, we're good on that. It's not that appealing to hate yourself, to hate your culture, and to want to not exist. Not that appealing of a message. Anyways, that's my little message on mass immigration and open borders. Leftists, fuck you.